Hey, welcome back to Cool Kids Art, and let's draw the creepy granny. So let's get started with a quick sketch, and then I will show you line by line on how you can draw this. Alright, so let's draw this, and to begin we're going to draw her eyes first. So it's just going to be two circles, so it's really simple. And they're kind of small. Okay, and then from here we can draw in her brow, so we're just gonna give just a little bit of brow. Okay, and then for her nose, it's gonna be a little bit crooked, so just kind of come down from the brow here. Just come down, and then just kind of hook it this way. I know it's a little bit weird. And here's one nostril. And then we'll go to the other side, just draw a little dot there for the other nostril. And then now for the wings of the nose, it's gonna come around. And then on the other side as well, just kind of come around. So that's gonna be her nose, and it's kind of messed up, right? Okay, and then from here, we gotta go down and draw her mouth. So it's just gonna be, we can draw in almost like a sad face first. And then we'll draw in the bottom of it. Just kind of come all the way down. It's almost like a circle. And then for her teeth, it's easy. We're just gonna draw two lines. So just give it a slight curve going up this way, and then on the bottom we're going to give a slight curve going down. And then from there we can draw in her teeth, so we're just going to draw in some lines. Just going to keep it simple. And then on the bottom as well, just give it some lines. Okay, and then lastly for the features here, just draw in a little bit of a curve here going around the mouth. Okay, so let's draw in the face now. So the face shape is kind of weird. So we can start on the top. Just draw in like this kind of dome shape first. Okay, and then on this side of the face, just have it come out more. And then we're just gonna kind of arc it in. Okay, and then on this side, it's gonna be a little bit rounder. And come in. So it comes out a little bit more on this side, so it makes it a little bit creepier. Okay, and then from here, gonna come down from here, down, that's gonna be the jawline. So same thing here, okay? And then we're just gonna come down. And this one can kind of pinch inward a little bit. So make the face a little bit asymmetrical, so it looks a little bit creepier. And then here on the chin, just nice and wide. Okay, so that's the creepy face, and let's draw in, let's finish up her ear. So we're just gonna draw in one and then two. And then for some extra detail, we can add a little bit of line here for the eye, a little bit bag. And then for the skull area here, just draw a little bit so that looks like it's kind of sunken in. Okay, and then for finally, we can finish up the hair. So it's just gonna be very sparse. So it's gonna come down and just draw a few strands. And the bottom one here, just a couple of these. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as long as you have some kind of strands coming down. Okay, so that's the creepy head, and let's move on to the body, and we're gonna give her a little bit of color here. So we'll just draw one little triangle, and then for her shoulders we're gonna start up here. Just kind of come straight across, having it go up slightly, and then we're gonna slant in. Okay, and in the middle here we can just draw in a line for now, and then let's work on, we can finish the body, but let's work on the arms first, because the dress is just gonna be really simple. Okay, so for the arm, so here's the armpit. We're gonna come down. It's not gonna be a lot of muscles on her. And then so here's the elbow, and then for the lower arm, we're just gonna give it a slight curve. Just go out slightly and then come back in. And then for her fingers, I keep it simple. So here's her thumb. Slant down for the palm. Here's the back of the palm. And now for her fingers, we're just gonna curl it. Just one curl, and then we can draw another finger on the back here. What I can do with this Sharpie, just kind of curl it in out a little bit. Okay, so let's draw the other arm. So the other arm, she's gonna be holding a bat. So come across here, here's the armpit area. Again, we're just gonna kind of come straight down. Here's the elbow, and then we're just gonna give it a slight bump there. And then now for her hand, we're gonna come down, turn it for the thumb, and then one little arc for the palm. And then we're just gonna draw, I'm just gonna draw 3 more fingers. So 1, 2, and 3. So just draw 3 curves like that. And then here, coming down for the bat. And then we can close off our palm here, just kind of curve it. Okay, and then for a bat, we just kind of try to follow this line here. Just kind of go out. Okay, so it's kind of cartoony, and we can add in some texture for the bat, and at the end here, we can add in a little bump, a little cap. Okay, so let's finish up the dress. So this one is easy. We're just gonna, just from the side here, we're gonna come down, but as you're coming down, just give it a little bit of waviness to it, especially on the bottom. And it's gonna hook it in on the side. So here we're gonna come down, just kind of bump it up a little bit, and then just hook it in. And then we'll just close this with a curve. Okay, and then for some detail here, I'm gonna add in 3 buttons. And for a dress here, I'm just gonna add in a couple of lines like this. And then there's gonna be some creases here coming out. So just draw in some of these lines so make it look like it's kind of poofy. And then for the bottom here, we're gonna add in curve. Just add in a few of these. And as you get to the center, it's just gonna be pretty straight. So as you go out this way, you're gonna be curving more and more this way. And that is it for this very creepy looking granny. Hope you guys liked the way it turned out, and if you do, please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.